There's open source, and then there's for-fee codecs like yours. What applications and why are people choosing to use your codecs as compared to open source for either, H.264, HEVC, or AV1?
Well, for AV1, I should say, we have a unique situation, and we're very lucky that there are two very good open source implementations with generous licensing that you can look at, and that's raised the whole bar for the whole field of paid for codecs as well. I mean, our customers are looking at the holy trinity, really, of speed, quality, and bitrate, and so a different customer will have a different trade-off between those things. Often you're trying to get to a new resolution, a new application, and you can't do it at the bit rates that you want to, at the density that you want to. So we see ourselves as getting a big premium over the open source solutions in those dimensions, but which dimension you get the premium in depends on how you want to tune it, how you want to trade off speed versus quality versus bit rate. So for some applications, you're really very interested in density, and that's related to speed, but it's about packing the largest number of transcodes or encodes into a server to reduce your carbon footprint, to reduce your costs, and so on. So that's what they're really coming to us. If these elements of the Holy Trinity are really critical to your business, and you want the extra speed, the extra quality, or the extra savings of bitrate, then that's what you pay for, and you come to people like us, hardcore video codec group of developers who are really focused on optimizing for these different use cases. But our customers do range from the very high end FOD case, where you are looking at encoding at 1 FPS or slower, and then there are sort of the mid-range 3 to 5 FPS, suitably parallelized across a server necessarily, and then at the other end you move to RTC use cases where you're trying to actually provide not just real time, but much faster than real time, because you'd like to use a fraction of a CPU, not a whole CPU, in many RTC applications. So you have to support a very wide range of operating points, and hit the sweet spot in each one, depending on how the customer wants to balance those things.
SVT AV1 is a very, very good encoder implementation of AV1. It's kind of the fundamental level. It's production grade, but it's not. There's a lot of capabilities and features that are not there, and the intent was never like, let's just have one codec that everybody would use that does what they need. The intent is really to seed the market with like a very good baseline, and the terms of it are such that you can use SVT AV1 or libaom code is in an AV1 encoder, right? You can make a closed source out of it. So I think that Visionular and others are showing, that there is a real value in closed source. In fact, we use closed source codecs in some of our use cases as well, because of the capabilities they put on top of that baseline. So SVT AV1 is an incredibly good baseline for a production grade encoder, but there's a lot of things that could be done there that never will be done. And it's really up to the Visionulars of the world to take that baseline a codec and turn it into, like, that tier 1 production grade.